And I was just like, wow, they're doing the most. They're just doing so much. And God bless them for doing all that. But I had gotten myself into serious health trouble doing the most. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to introduce myself. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Jerusha, and I'm here to document my personal reinvention and glow up journey. So for some of you who aren't really already familiar with the term glow up is, almost like a reinvention, a makeover for yourself, for your life. And a lot of things are focused on the outside, so you may want to change your body or the way you look or your style. But for me, it also, and for many others, but for me personally, it also means glow up internally. So that means spiritually, mentally, emotionally, up-leveling my thoughts, the way I react to people, and also just having a stronger sense of self-awareness and self-assurity in who I am and what I bring to this world. So back last year, I was contemplating coming home, and it was a big decision for me, but it was one of the things that I know needed to happen. And while I was there, I started, I had gained a lot of weight. Let's just say from 2020, I'd gained 40 pounds over what I feel comfortable with. And I really needed, or I didn't feel like myself. There was nothing wrong with me as far as it wasn't that I was completely unhealthy, even though I just didn't feel as comfortable in the way I felt about myself. So I took on this small little mini makeover of up-leveling my body and my health, and I lost 30 pounds or 37 pounds. I've gained a little bit back, but I wanted to keep going. After I had that first initial win, I wanted to keep going. And I decided that I was going to start manifesting the very best version of myself, but still giving myself grace along the way. So a personal practice that I've been starting was to journal every day. And I would have a theme for the day. It wouldn't be a goal, it would be a theme. And certain things that came up, I would look out for to see if they related to the theme that I had for myself for that day. I also wrote down a little health statistic thing of how I slept, how many hours I slept, if I was hungry, if I was cranky, if I was going through if I was going through a hormonal period during my menstruation period or whatever. And all those things I wrote down. And I also wrote down gratitude and attitude. So I still do that to this day. And I've been seeing other people's journeys online of their reinvention and their leveling up. And a lot of them, granted, they are, wow, they are almost really intimidating because they're already, first of all, a lot of them seem to be a lot younger than I am. And they are just doing so much, and I don't know, I'm already thinking they have leveled up. I don't know what's going on in their personal lives, but they look beautiful. They look beautiful. I'm assuming if they're eating healthy foods and working out and everything, they're doing great. And when they made their suggestions of how to level up, I felt a teeny bit overwhelmed. And I was just like, wow, they're doing the most. They're just doing so much. And God bless them for doing all that. But I had gotten myself into serious health trouble doing the most. And all through my 20s and most of my 30s, it was like go, push, do, achieve, excellence, 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 which is wonderful. But when you've been doing it your whole life, or you've been raised in a way that achievement is the most, success is the most and only thing, and also maybe that you might have to work maybe twice as hard, maybe 3 times as hard as somebody else in order to achieve. Some of you out there know exactly what I mean by that. It can be too much, especially if you're not really given the chance to be quiet and listen. So all that to say, I feel like I'm going around the world. The thing that came up today for me was introspection. And at least since 2020, no matter what happened, no matter what country you were in, or what you personally had to go through with your friends and family, or your job, or what have you, everybody, it was like a global, it's time to get quiet, because we were in lockdown, many of us. It gave everyone a chance at introspection, whether they wanted it or not. And I would say the good thing, the positive, maybe one good thing we can say that we got out of that is that a lot of people had a chance to breathe and just take stock of what was super frivolous or superficial or just not important in their life, and what was truly important, where their priorities and their values stood. Which is, I think, why a lot of people are doing reinvention journeys, because they've had time to reflect and they're like, I don't want to be what I was before. I want to be someone new. I want to write a new story. I want to have a new narrative. I've been writing a book as of late, and it's not out yet. It's out in August. It's fantasy novels for those who like dragons and adventure and girl power. Then you may like this book. But one of the exercises that I use to help me to shape my characters and to shape the story is thinking about the 3 great conflicts. And there was this deck that I bought online. It's called Pip Decks. I'm not an affiliate or anything, because I just bought it. So they're not sponsoring me or anything, but I just think it would be a good way for me to get some structure on how to tell the story of me going on this journey, and helping me journal it and write it down as far as like writing a plan. So one of the cards that they had was called 3 Great Conflicts. And it was like, Hollywood loves a good fight. Most movies center on one of 3 great conflicts. And I learned this in school, but I just love that they wrote this here. Hero against nature, hero against society, and hero against the self. And I find that sometimes your story probably has a mixture of all 3 of these particular concepts. In relation to my particular journey and other people like me, which, for me, it's like a women over 40 journey. And I find that, at least when it comes to hero against nature, well, we all know what that's about. The amount of all the anti-aging creams, all that you're getting gray, you're hitting the wall. I hate that term. By the way. You're old, you're washed up, you're over the hill. Not that it doesn't happen to men, but I do believe that women are usually always, throughout their life, judged on their looks. And men, it's not quite the same case in the extent of the matter. On the second thing of hero against society, I would say that if you were doing life correctly in the way that people think that you should be doing it. It's a lot of shoulds and should nots. So as a woman over 40, society has taught me that I should be married by now. I should have 2.5 children by now. I should have a house of my own by now. If I am not steadily employed, I should have my own business because I'm a boss babe by now. Pick one of those, or the sum total of those, and I have none of those. I have none of those right now, and it's, gosh, it can really wreck your sense of self if you're not careful. If you listen to the outside tell you what you need to do and who you need to be. If you don't have that, you'll end up, at least in my case, you can end up comparing yourself to all the list of shoulds that you have and you do not have, and you will feel like crap. So, that's not good. And then the third thing is the hero against the self. So when I think about you getting in your own way, self-sabotage, self-limiting beliefs. So after you're finished comparing all your shoulds and what you don't have, and then you end up saying, well, there's got to be something wrong with me because I don't have these things by this time, by this age, by this year. It's just, it's a way that society can keep you on the hamster wheel and struggling for the things that may not even matter when you don't have super important things like your health, your peace of mind, your family and friends that love you and care about you regardless, or if you have the car, the house, the husband, the clothes, pick one. At least with some introspection and getting quiet, you find out what's truly important to you. And of all my years that I've been on this planet, I think probably right now has been the most peaceful time I've ever had. I've always, I'm at my mama's house. And it's nothing but peace here. I'm so grateful and thankful that I have that, I have family and friends that love me. I'm able to stay in a home that is drama free. I love my mama, and I like her too, and I love her, which is good because I know not everybody has that, and I'm grateful for that. And it's just, on your own personal level up journey, just take some time for introspection and get quiet. I encourage you to get quiet and think about what's really, really important. And if you're getting skewed off by all the people who seem to be having it all together, even in their glow up, they have way more than you even imagine. I encourage you just to look within and see the beauty of where you are right now as you walk to where you want to be. That's basically all I had to say today. So I thank you so much for listening. I'm going to keep posting either probably walk and talks, sometimes inside because it's hot. I'm in the South right now and it's hot. So, but I thank you so much for listening, and y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones, and be kind to yourself. Okay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.